So everything started when we discovered a professor of Egyptology dead at his desk.
Oh no!
It was terrible, and he was arranging a special visit, like a special Egypt-themed stuff for the local museum, including the mummy Menedemos. I don't know if he knew that name or not. I can't remember that much, but let's just say he did know.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, that was a mummy that walked because somebody opened the sarcophagus and let it loose. Who could have done such a thing? Anyway,
We never found out.
we're not clear on that.
It was the cop.
It took a lot of research in libraries and old books and communicating with people, but we found out that there was a ritual we could cast to seal him in the sarcophagus, provided we could get him in it. It turns out we also discovered a spell we could cast to lure him to the sarcophagus. Long story short, we lured him out to a cornfield, shoved him into the sarcophagus, closed it up, cast the ritual. Everything was great.
There was a lot of running around.
Yeah,
a lot of running around.
And
There are a lot of details I'm glossing over, but that's that's the
That's
gist of it.
It does bear mentioning that the entire time we were doing the spell, Hart was distracting the police by leading them on a chase through the woods. That was hilarious.
a foot
Yeah,
chase.
I basically approached them carrying an assault rifle, and Brent kept saying, "Are you sure you want to approach the cops holding an assault rifle?" And I said, "Well, I figured I'd just lure them away." And he kept
And then
saying,
just
"Look at
ran
the-
across a cornfield away from the cops.
Yeah, and everybody kept saying with an assault rifle, and I didn't see any problem with that,
It was wonderful.
and it paid off because they didn't even see my face. So
Yeah, Hart got away scot-free, like completely, totally, just like what's that song? I can only remember how it goes. They called the streak.
The streak.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the streak.
I remember that song. Jesus Christ.
I feel like
Yeah,
in the televised version that we got the
that I
rights to
still
that,
have my
and it's playing
tune
underneath.
The one world-building detail we discovered is who was responsible for releasing Menedemos to begin with. It's this shadowy organization called the Order of the Eternal Watch.
Oh yeah.
We don't know what their full goals are. All we know is that they were plenty happy to kill Livingstrom in the moment.
Well, I think it was beyond that. They specifically targeted Livingstrom.
Right.
Mhm. Yes, they did.
Which is something that Joan very much wants to go investigate.
Right. And Jeremy does have in his possession the journal. Livingstrom's journal.
Yes.
So we can retrieve it at any moment and study it more if we like.
Okay.
And in fact, that was one of the things that he wanted to do in the between times, was just look over the journal and see if there's anything to be gleaned from it.
Yeah, I guess before, so just to kind of give you a little bit of space and time here, the mystery that we have for today is going to take place specifically on October 14th of 2020.
Oh, it's in the future.
I think that's what, a Wednesday.
In the year 2000.
And this is also a version of reality where there was not a global pandemic, and
I call bullshit.
Seed of I didn't want to add that level onto it.
That's fine.
I
would trade mummy attacks for pandemic. Sure.
Is there also going to be a musical?
I'm in.
All right.
The postal service not under attack. There's not a contention.
Oh, so Trump was never elected. Oh, this is what I was saying. It's like we're in the alternate reality where the Supreme Court didn't hand the presidency to George W.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, this is that alternate universe.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Come on,
Burke is
this
going to
This
that
is offensive
universe.
to the Republican in the room, so come on now, people. We said we
There's a
wouldn't talk
Republican in the room?
politics. Oh, well, there's an Irish Republican in
Wait,
the
is
room.
the
but-
Republican?
That is
That's a different
that is
thing,
not
I
the
think.
same thing.
Same thing.
Last I checked, the Irish Republicans weren't fascist. I mean, maybe I'm wrong and they've changed.
No, they were not. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think what I'd be interested in knowing, because I can't remember if I put an exact day on when our last mystery wrapped up, but let's say it's been about a week. I'd like to go around the horn really quickly and just kind of get a sense of what some of the things that your characters have been getting up to in Towson during kind of the more quiet times. So let's actually start off with Jeremy. So Jeremy, now that you've actually had the time to kind of really delve into Livingstrom's Book of Secrets there, and along with that, armed with the knowledge of the existence of the Order of the Eternal Watchers, you're able to glean, let's call it 3 pieces of information. First of all, you have discovered through your reading here that Livingstrom knew that he was being followed and observed by some organization, but he had no idea what they are or what their goals were. A lot of pages of this diary are dedicated to trying to kind of crack that. Second of all, there is something that was strange about the area around Towson that predated the American colonialization by Europeans. And
Excellent.
let's see here. Then the third piece here is that Livingstrom was able to determine that this organization, that was keeping an eye on him, while far-reaching, doesn't look like they have a permanent presence here in Towson, but they are very interested in Towson. Believes that he's a lot. Some of the notes on some of the pages are him detailing strange characters that showed up into town and to look into something, and then quickly left before he was able to determine exactly what they were looking into.
Okay.
Do you have any kind of clarifications on those 3 bits that I've got for you, or?
Let me just spit them back to you in my own words as I typed them into my journal here.
Sure, love it.
1. Livingstrom's paranoia was justified. He knew he was being watched.
Yeah.
2. There's something quote-unquote strange about the Towson area that predates European colonization.
Yes.
3. The Order of Eternal Watchers are widespread, but are not traditionally in Towson. Now, they are definitely interested in Towson, ... for reasons TBD.
Exactly, yep.
Did I capture that correctly?
Yeah, and going back to point 2, I think that Livingstrom felt that the indigenous population to the area, I don't have exact numbers because I just don't have exact numbers. And in terms of when this would have been, they were mostly a cave-dwelling people, and he has found some artifacts from the people that live in this area that aren't really consistent with artwork or manufactured objects that were made contemporary to other tribes around the area. They were just very odd. They had a different kind of way of doing things that seems incongruous with some of the other neighboring tribe or neighboring groups of people. He doesn't really have any kind of theories as to why this is. It's odd and a little weird.
All right. Got it.
I'd like to hear from Mac. What's Mac been doing to keep himself busy for the last week?
Well, I got this big septic field project, digging one out for a new house construction, so that's keeping me pretty busy. But I'm also, keeping an eye out for what's going on, and I would like, before we get going, to make my connect the dots roll, which can give me a hold to ask questions later in the thing. So basically, I'm just doing my usual, looking for weird stuff, strange characters at the diner, whatever, that kind of thing.
Through your copy of, what was it? I love these magazine names.
Well, there's Cryptid Quarterly was a big one, of course. So shall I roll my...
Yes, please. So roll 2d6.
And it's my sharp, which is 2. So 2d6 plus 2, connect the dots. And this is one of my special moves.
And you're the flake, right?
Flake. Oh, I connect all the dots, baby.
Damn.
Okay, so for future reference, that gives me hold 3, and I can spend my hold during the mystery to ask one of a set of 5 questions. So 3 different times. So I will keep that in mind and jot it down so as I don't forget.
Plus 1 from this person. Where will the next critical? Wow! Oh wow, yeah. Actually, I'm sorry that we didn't connect the dots for you on the one before.
I looked at it too late and I was like, wait, it's supposed to be at the beginning of the mystery.
Eh. You know what? That's
so yeah.
All right.
But now I've got it. Now I've got a handle on my moves.
Okay. You know what? I sense I smell a little bit of a thread that I might want to pick up later, maybe. You said that you're building a septic or digging out a septic tank for a house that's being built?
Yeah, it's a kind of odd job I pick up.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about the house? Just improv.
Sure. Well, which is more interesting to you, new house construction or somebody moving into an old farmhouse that the actual farmland has been sold off to a neighboring operation, and some newcomer to town is settling in as and rehabbing that house.
You know what?
Does either of those sound more promising as a thread?
I like that second one.
Okay.
So someone is moving. Someone bought an old farm property and is looking to kind of build on there.
Yeah, and the farmland is detached from it now. It's kind of been consolidated. So there's just this 1 acre or so lot left with the house and maybe an outbuilding or 2.
Okay. And are we thinking maybe this person is kind of a big city
Yeah,
maybe.
They saw. You know what? They saw the place on Instagram and bought it sight unseen.
Oh, I love this. Okay. All right.
And they're out of their depth as far as the house is more of a disaster than they thought. So this could be a lot of work for old
skinny
Mac.
jeans.
Yeah. So they maybe this person they're in a little bit of a money pit now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So this could subsidize my Towson existence for quite a while, actually.
Yeah. So let's say that Kiernan Simpson is that person.
Uh-huh.
Kiernan, real fish out of water, thought that they could kind of, for some reason they thought that they could flip the place, but yeah, and I'm just gonna say that Kieran is employing Mac on a fixer upper. Okay, out of their depth and alive. Most when this game's done, I'm going to give you guys this whole big list of NPCs that I've got compiled here. We can look back and we can laugh. Okay, Mac, I love that. Joan, what have you been up to for the last week? And also,
Sorry,
you guys don't really think that anything is worth, your character wasn't really up to anything, worth commenting on. Don't feel pressure to come up with something.
So, Joan was probably filing reports on the last incident, and she would have been looking into using her database and intel. She would have been looking into Livingston and Shep and Shep's dad. And what I'm thinking is she's had a requisition for a company car in for a while, and it finally, because budget cuts are one of my things, the requisition finally fucking came through. So I probably had to make a road trip back to home base to pick up the car.
Yeah, and just to kind of give some general responses to what you were saying there, I think that you maybe have an immediate supervisor that it's.
I do have an immediate supervisor, and he's terrible.
Okay, yeah, that's
His name is
Connor Moss.
Connor Moss. He's my boss, and he's a fuckwit.
Yeah, Connor. Yeah, so Connor really really zeroes in on the fact that you had any kind of interaction with local law enforcement, specifically,
He's zeroing in on the fact I'm a woman. That's what he's zeroing in on.
I mean,
okay,
it's Connor. But despite that, he doesn't have any way of really blocking your requisition of the new Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that maybe Jones got enough connections through other sources in the Forestry Service that like Connor can't fire you yet until he has a really good reason. But
I wonder if she's not like really well regarded everywhere else.
Oh yeah, no, I really think, yeah, I like that idea. Like Connor can't get rid of you because people would want to know, why did you get rid of Joan? Hell, you would probably just move over to logistics or something because they'd have an opening for you.
Yeah. No, that works perfect.
Yeah, I love it. So
and then, probably the rest of the time trying to figure out automotive repair, which is something she's never dealt with before, but feels like she should on this old car now.
Yeah, she just got delivered a vehicle from the 60s that's been in service since then.
Yeah. I imagine it's been moderately taken care of. I mean,
and you figure by this point it's probably not all original parts.
No,
right? It's impossible. What? 60 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's probably. Oh, you know what? Here, I'm gonna throw something at you. It's something you're probably not gonna like, but it's an electric engine.
Oh. Joan hates that.
Is there a charging station in Towson?
I will have a extension cord coming out my motel window.
Yep.
To plug in the car. Oh, I love it. Joan hates it. I love it.
Oh man, that's a wrinkle.
What's
And
the
I
range
did
on
not
that
expect
sucker?
that when I picked it up.
Is it like 3 blocks?
Oh
boy. Hart, what have you been up to for the last week?
Well, I've been kind of checking with my contacts to see the status of is my friend the Nose still after me? Is he getting any closer to where I've gone? Because I screwed him over on that job
a
while ago, and I just wanted to check and make sure that he's still off the trail. Same with Dylan Rigby, the cop that's hot on my trail, not the hot cop. That's Joan. I also tried to ask Joan out for a drink, but she was going back to her job to deal with her dick boss, so I guess I couldn't do that.
I like that. Okay, so here's what you know. The Nose is still putzing around in New York.
Okay, good.
You're not sure if the Nose is coming out to Ohio or even knows that you're in Ohio, but your contacts pretty much let you know that, like, if you cross the state line into New York, the Nose will probably know, because the Nose knows.
Yeah, yeah, that's why they call him that.
And he'll probably sniff you out. Rigby's a little bit more of a pressing concern. What you've been able to gather is that Rigby's in the state, but you don't know where. And Ohio's a pretty big place, or at least it can be. So you don't feel any immediate danger, but it's always possibly around the corner.
Okay, so keep an eye out.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to walk that back just a little bit because I don't want to give Hart a reason to rabbit, because I figured I know now what happens when Hart rabbits.
On a good roll.
On a good roll. Let's say that Rigby's still zeroing in. Let's not say Ohio specifically, but you know,
in the region.
They're in the region. Could be Pennsylvania, could be Indiana, could be Kentucky. They're close at could be West Virginia, they're close at hand.
Mm-hmm.
So moving right along, Tatters, I'm going to actually tell you what you've been up to for the last week.
Oh, great!
Because now that the history department has gone from having 2 professors to just 1, yep. You've been saddled with a lot of coursework.
Yes. I am
a lot of
very much aware of that.
Yeah. But I mean, beyond that, like, I guess, how does Tatters react to that? What is does Tatters rise to the challenge, or are they?
As acting head of the history department of Towson College, of course he rises to the challenge. I've just extended my coursework, and I've been currently teaching my students how the Emperor Chardonnay, ruler of France and Holy Roman Emperor, defeated the English at the Battle of Reykjavik with the aid of the Welsh and rewarded them by granting them the land now known as New York. So I've been basically fucking with the humans as normal.
It's like history's coming to life.
It is, literally. And they're all working real hard because they've got a test on it next week, which I won't be showing up for. But and then I got my ass kicked by a mummy, which
you did.
That's not supposed to happen because I'm supposed to be a fucking eternal ethereal being. So I've been looking for ways to figure out how I can lessen getting wounded and why I seem to be suddenly not immortal anymore as I get older. Other than that, I've been doing absolutely nothing.
So what does that look like? You some kind of training or research?
It's been
Drinking.
I've been going through tomes.
Okay.
Ancient tomes, but I'm not finding any. I'm not finding anything.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I know my playbook says that I can I can become immortal, which is not really what I'm looking for, but it's only gives me 1 less harm. But I have bigger problems than that. But however, I'm assuming it's going to be a slow decay, like arthritis. Just getting old.
I like
getting old.
I like this angle a lot. Let's hold on to that. That's a fun thread. Okay. So
arthritis. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. More specifically, what you were saying there with Tatters being now formerly immortal and not really understanding why that's happened.
Yeah, I was thinking this last week or the week before while I was getting my ass kicked by a mummy. I was thinking, hold on, haven't I supposed to be immortal?
I could die. I feel like I could die. That's
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
like
and
Superman 2.
when Mac found me with that skinwalker beat the ever living shit out of me. So
yeah.
That shouldn't have happened either.
That shouldn't have happened either. All right.
No.
Cool. So, let's get to October 14th of 2020. Does anyone want to look up real quick what day of the week that is? I think it's a Wednesday, but I didn't note that down.
Let's see.
Who can get to their calendar?
It's Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Excellent.
Yep.
Love Wednesdays.
Unix to the rescue.
I think there we go. Rob's back.
Yeah, Unix.
Columbus Day week, so none of us worked that Monday.
Ooh, it's right after my wedding anniversary, you guys.
Aww. Cute.
I didn't know John was married.
I didn't know I guess I didn't know your mom was married.
Yeah.
Oh, mine is the 19th.
Aw. Mine's the 28th. October's a good year, or good month. Year.
I mean,
Day.
I think considering what time is like these days, you're correct.
Fair.
Yeah. So October 14th arrives, and it's a very typical Wednesday for everyone on the team. we just did go around where we talked about what we did last week, but let's try to truncate just a really quick soundbite. Hart, how does Hart typically spend their Wednesday mornings?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sure. How does Hart typically spend their Wednesday mornings? So Wednesday, you wake up. What's one of the first things that Hart does?
Generally, I'm going to I check the news. I find an internet connection and I see sort of check on what's going on in the world of New York and that kind of thing. I just want to see if anybody got caught that I know.
Okay. So maybe you give me a local New York. I think I just kind of threw New York. My goodness.
I've got connections everywhere, but it's mostly the two people that follow it that are following me are out of New York.
Okay. What's a really innocuous headline that catches Hart's attention?
A really innocuous headline.
The fun part about this game is that I do no work.
Oh wow! Okay.
Let's say maybe.
Oh, I know. Here's a good one. Gino's restaurant scheduled for demolition.
Okay, Gino's is getting scheduled for demolition. And that's what you learned this morning, October 14th.
Yes.
Mac, what's your Wednesday mornings like? What are some of the first things that you do?
I'll probably hit the diner. What is it?
The gravy ladle.
Gravy ladle. Yeah, I'll probably get some breakfast at the gravy ladle. Depends on the weather, honestly. I can't really work if it's raining, so I'll be looking closely at the weather.
Okay, so you're checking the weather forecast for the day, and it's going to be a pretty mild southeastern Ohio day. So in October, let's say it's going to get to a high of 68, low of 47 tonight. Pretty clear skies with possibility of a thunderstorm later in the evening, more of the 8 o'clock hour or so.
And that probably means I'll show up at Kieran's farmhouse, but it doesn't necessarily. I work at my pace, and he's cool with it because he doesn't know any better, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, then Jeremy, actually just kind of a more global, kind of a bigger question for Jeremy. Do you live somewhere? Where do you go to rest? Do you rest?
I figure. Yeah, I don't think he's that unusual. I think he does have a requirement to rest. Maybe it's more like elves. Maybe he only needs a few hours to meditate or something.
Yeah, and does he necessarily stay in town, or does he have a place on Earth that he just teleports to?
That's the interesting thing. Is he can go nearly
Ice
anywhere.
Palace.
I think right. Yeah. Oh yeah. He goes to his Fortress of Fortitude. I haven't thought this out. I am sorry to say.
No, that's fine.
I think he's gonna. I think he, despite teleport powers, I think he's gonna want to prefer to stay near Towson these days because of his association with Mac.
Okay. So,
I don't know. How about he just is there a? I mean, it's so classic, mid 20th century to you go and you actually live in a hotel for a while. That's kind of what I picture for him. He lives in a hotel like people used to do.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that in Towson? That's a reasonable kind of thing?
Well, that's what Joan's been doing.
Yeah.
Are we in the same hotel?
How many hotels are there in Towson, right?
I think, yeah, exactly.
Or cheap motels that you're going to stay at for a long time.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's it's not like staying in a Motel 6. When people lived in a hotel.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know what I'm getting at? Is there anything like that would suffice?
I don't think so.
Probably not, right? That's what I picture.
Actually, let me give you would you?
It's 2020, dude. You can get an Airbnb.
I was just about to say.
I would say an Airbnb and like a Victorian mansion.
Yes, I was actually going to let me sweeten the pot a little bit by throwing in there. Maybe it's a functional B&B.
Oh, even better. That's actually perfect.
Yeah, so it's an old Victorian home, kind of close to downtown Towson, and it's ran by
Crazy cat lady.
Daisy Fletcher.
Oh, let me write this down, please. What's the name of the B&B?
You know what? My random name generator does not have a B&B generator.
This is Towson, right?
Oh, I got it. It's the Studebaker Inn.
Oh, I was going there.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, of course it's the Studebaker Inn. Yeah. Perfect. I like it.
At proprietor of the Studebaker Inn. She is alive. Okay, so yeah, let's say that Daisy's a little bit of a busybody, like a lot of energy, dynamo of a woman, but she's also about like 4'7", 60 years old, loves her grandkids, and yeah, so like this is more or less her retirement plan is to run this B&B, and she's got a good relationship with Jeremy.
I like it.
And she serves German muffins.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, so Jeremy, you wake up the morning of October 14th and you come down the stairs, and like most other mornings, Daisy has breakfast prepared. That's one of the things that she does for hospitality, and she calls out to Jeremy and says, "Good, God, Burke. Last name is Burke.
Burke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Burke. How are you today?
Fine. Good to hear. Good to see you, Miss Fletcher.
Excellent.
What have we for breakfast this morning?
Well, I was thinking we've got some bacon on the pan right now. We've got some oatmeal if you want it. Besides that, well, I mean, what's it been now? It's been 2-3 weeks now.
Yes.
That's just about anything you want.
I like it.
I will say I am going to have to close up. I am going to have to run off like right after breakfast today. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to lock up, but you've got your copy of the key, correct?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, my granddaughter has a recital up in Columbus, so I'm gonna go drive up there.
What kind of recital? What's she play?
Oh, she's got a dance recital. You know her, and she brings out the photo album of her granddaughter Maisie, and Maisie is a ballerina.
How old?
So yeah, you spend breakfast with Daisy, kind of just looking at. I just realized I named her granddaughter Maisie.
Maisie, yep, Daisy and Maisie. Yep,
Daisy
that's fine.
And Maisie. So
that's
you're looking
amazing.
at pictures of Maisie and her as a ballerina and whatnot. Joan, what does a typical Wednesday look like for you?
Probably get up and go for a jog.
Okay. As you're jogging, and you've just got the motel room, right?
Yep.
Okay. So your morning jog is interrupted by a little bit of a strange sight. It's a very, very old, like, can't even, like, I have the specific image in my mind of like those old Ford pickup trucks, like from like the 50s or so.
The F50s, yeah.
Yeah. There is one of those are kind of off the side of the road, and there's Shep. He is trying to put a tire on the damn thing, and he's just having a real struggle with it. I can't remember. Did you meet Shep?
No, I passed him in the hallway.
That's right.
We did not talk, but I did ask Tatters who he was, so I do know who he is.
Okay. Yeah. So you recognize Shep. Do you do anything, or you just jog along?
Yeah. No. I'll do the thing where I jog past for a half block and then feel guilty and go back and help.
Okay, I like that.
And real quick, we picked a name for today's episode, right? I just wanted to title my notes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So the name of this mystery is Same as It Ever Was.
Did we subtitle it yet?
I don't know.
Do you make them separate, or are they in like a module?
No, yeah.
We're making it up.
I made up the last one.
But we make up the subtitle, and I can't remember if we made one up or not.
I don't think so.
I
Because
feel like they happen kind of organically, right?
Yeah. Last episode was
Towson Under Wraps. Lordy love me, there's a mummy.
Lordy love me, there's a mummy. That's right. Okay. So sorry to sidetrack us there. I just wanted to get that in my notes. So yeah, I'll stop and come back and help him. And as a Colorado mountains girl, I would imagine I know how to change a tire.
Yeah, Joan knows how to change a tire. Absolutely.
And I'm a little surprised that the cop's kid does not know how to change a tire.
Well, he's just having a hell of a time with it, I think.
The only thing cops know how to do is beat black people.
Yes, that's true. I second that.
Yeah.
I'll help him change a tire.
Okay, yeah, and Shep is extremely, extremely grateful for the help. He doesn't.
So, did I find out anything interesting about the Shep family? While I was looking through my Interpol whatever.
Well, there's not much of a record of anything. I guess.
Okay.
My follow-up question would be, how extensive is that record? Like, or are you just looking for specific information?
I'm the thing that I'm really trying to drill down to is why the Order of
Eternal Watchers, yeah.
Order of Eternal Watchers wanted Livingstrom dead.
Yeah. You couldn't find anything on the Order of the Eternal Watchers. You couldn't find anything on Livingstrom, and you couldn't find anything on Shep and his dad.
Did I happen to, just casting a bit of a net, find anything on the region or this specific mummy that we dealt with, or anything of?
Yeah, let's tighten that net up just a little bit. I would say that this particular area of Ohio, looking back through the records, it has some recorded instances, and enough of them to where you're surprised that this isn't a more monitored region.
So I'm writing down Hellmouth ?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Which not. I'm going to leave that up to you whether or not the Forestry Service has that specifically codified in as like a designation. But
okay. Well, then I'll tell you what. As I'm helping Shep out here, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to be here a little bit longer than I planned, and I will ask him if he knows about any rooms or apartments for rent. I'm sick of the motel.
Oh yeah. Well, there's usually you can usually find a room or two in kind of more in the downtown area.
No.
Oh, sorry.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm talking to people.
Yeah, so more in the downtown area. It's a college town, so there's usually a room or two. It might not be as nice.
Walk around, look for sandwich boards downtown. You're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but heck, you know what? If you said that you're staying at the motel down the way.
Yeah.
You know what? If I hear anything, since you helped me with the tire, I'll leave you a note or something.
And you know what? I'll just go ahead and hand him my business card.
Oh, okay, that works.
And say
too.
This is my work cell. You can text me.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Dr. McLean. Thank you.
Yes. And knowing that I am a hot cop, I will say you can text me about the room.
Yes. Yeah. About the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the whole time Shep is just real nervous.
Okay.
He's not used to talking to girls.
Yeah, then I'll help him change the tire.
Okay. Tatters. How does Tatters typically begin their day?
The same way I begin every day for like the last 500 years.
Whoa.
I met a Scotsman.
No. After a night of dragging a drunk through the hills,
Botchery.
which is my favorite pastime, then I retire to a copse of trees on the outskirts of town, where I go and assume my natural form and get some sleep there. And then in the morning, just before dawn, I transform into a bird and fly over towards the history department. And then I assume my terrible human form and wait for the day to start. Same as always.
I love this. Same as it ever was. So I love you. That's fun.
That's him.
There he is. There's the guy. So
no one gets to see him. Only Brian, the cultist, got to see him.
So I love this. You what's his human name again? I can't remember.
Tatters?
Yeah.
Come on. Tom.
Tom?
Thomas.
Yeah. Thomas. So Thomas has kind of gotten a reputation for
Tomas
Tomas
Mulrooney O'Shaughnessy.
O'Shaughnessy.
Yes, it's spelled just like it sounds.
Okay, Professor O'Shaughnessy kind of has a little bit of a departmental legend about him, that he sleeps at his desk because you get there before anyone else, and that's just the way it's always been. But
they also think I've always been there.
Yeah.
Even though I believe I've only been here for a couple of years, maybe.
Yeah, I think not terribly long.
But I digress. Go on.
Yeah. Once when Professor O'Shaughnessy has sat down at their desk, what's the first human interaction that they have? Is it with Morgan
It's with Morgan, the receptionist, who brings me in my morning coffee and muffin. Start.
And I think maybe the muffins come from a bakery, so each morning the muffin's different. And today,
And today what?
Today's blueberry. And today's blueberry muffin.
Awesome! It's going out the window along with every other muffin.
Tatters
doesn't
There's
eat.
a lot of birds that love it. Yeah, birds love you.
I feed the birds.
Yeah, and
muffins a day. Feed the birds.
What's
the coffee goes down. The coffee goes down the drain, and the muffins go to the birds and the squirrels. All my animal friends.
Wow, you've got a sink in your office? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the head of the history department.
Head of the history department.
He's got a whole ensuite bathroom.
Yeah, and I think.
Tell me it's behind a painting.
My sink.
There's this giant painting, and you open it up, and there's a bathroom.
Behind a giant painting.
You've got one of those globe wet bars, but inside it's like a towel rack or something. Your art office is littered with things that look like they're something else, and they definitely are something else, but they're not the thing that they should be.
Well, it's a very old building. There's just
very old building.
It's one of those old freestanding sinks in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where disgusting male humans can wash their faces.
Ugh.
So I think Morgan always tries to do like a little bit of small talk. I think is Tatters amenable to small talk or pretty like against it? Kind of a general question, maybe, but.
Well, look at it this way, if he's not amenable to it, anyone who interacts with him thinks that he has made small talk with them.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
all the same. He has the same effect regardless.
Yeah, I think Morgan's a small talker.
Damn right she is.
She doesn't take all day with it. Usually she'll just today she brings up that Dr. Livingstrom's just as a reminder, Dr. Livingstrom's funeral has been scheduled for Saturday, and she just assumes that you'll be there, and she seems really broken up about Dr. Livingstrom's passing, and a little frustrated with how the local sheriff department like more or less just kind of said, yep, it looks like he was murdered, but we don't know how. She feels like they're not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, I have my own suspicions on that.
Oh yeah, I know. But so she airs that grievance, gives you a blueberry muffin and a cup of coffee, and kind of just goes back to her desk outside your office.
I comfort her and I sing her an old Irish song to lift her spirits. One of those old, really sad Irish songs that they do.
Then we were all murdered.
Yeah, something like that. It's like it's not the one. It's not the one where everyone's murdered. It's the one where everyone's just sad.
Oh yeah.
So and then
that's pretty much the same thing, right?
She goes back to her desk, and I throw her muffin out the window.
I'm so savage.
So as that blueberry muffin goes sailing out the second story window into the grass
into
lawn,
the trees, into the trees. Yes.
Story.
Not a monster.
We fast forward through the rest of the day.
Wait a minute. Your character sheet says you're a monster.
No, I'm but I'm not given a choice.
Well, he's monstrous.
Aren't we all the monster?
Oh, stop giving me Republican talking points.
So as the blueberry muffin sails to the tree line, we fast forward through the rest of the day, and it's October 14th, 2020. Seems like the kind of day that's going to pass by without too much incident. Until the storm.
Ah.
So the storm that Mac heard about on the radio earlier in the day does indeed arrive, and it is a humdinger. About 8 o'clock, the clouds start rolling in, and we're talking full on like lightning strikes about a mile outside of town. Driving rain, just a real everyone pretty much hunkers down and shelters up. And I'm going to say that you guys do so just to kind of get things moving along. And you feel something as one of the lightning strikes hit nearby, and the accompanying thunder like just rattles all of your bones. It feels as if, and it's a strange fizz-on of just a strange anxious energy that passes through you. But you put it to the back of your mind. Maybe it's just how close that lightning strike was. Maybe it's just nerves over. A week ago you guys were fighting a mummy, and this town's weird. But nothing happens. The day ends. You go to sleep. You wake up. Jeremy,
that was a fun adventure. Did we get any experience?
Hey, good adventure, guys. We did good work.
I have a quick question before you get to Jeremy. Did we get rid of that sarcophagus, or is it still sitting out in the cornfield?
Oh, it got picked. I
would imagine we threw it back in the truck and probably put it back where we found it.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's not getting like re-energized by lightning. Okay, okay. Proceed.
Minidemus 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly.
I wonder, would I have the ability to call for a pickup of something like that? Have them put it in storage?
Put it in storage. Yeah, I think so.
I would imagine the agency has some sort of a vault for these kinds of things.
Real Ark of the Covenant,
yeah,
hiding it in the big warehouse of.
I would hope they're doing better than that, but yes, probably that.
Yeah. So Minidemus's sarcophagus has been pretty much lost in the lost in air quotes in bureaucracy because after Livingstrom's death, the Egyptology exhibit unfortunately did not go off, just out of respect, and the fact that the only person that was working on it besides Dr. Livingstrom was Shep. Shep's just out of his depth with it, he just can't.
I mean, his name is Shep.
Yeah. So I think that's where Minidemus ended up. He ended up in the possession of the Forestry Service. So Jeremy, you come down the stairs and you can smell breakfast already cooking. It smells like Daisy's got bacon in the pan again. And you sit down and she says, well, good morning, Mr. Burke. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. I've got some bacon in the pan. Got some oatmeal if you want.
There it is.
Sorry, I was a bit slow on it.
Can't hit me with Martin King Tut. Can't do it. Oh wow, that was recent, huh? Anyway, that's distracting. Oh wow, you can make it go away.
Yes, you can make it go away.
Sorry, go on. Got bacon in the pan, oatmeal if you want it, all the usual. Just so that you know, I am going to be locking up a little bit early today. I'm riding up to Columbus to see Maisie in a dance recital.
I knew it.
Joan, you're doing your morning jog and you see a Ford F50 on the side of the road, and Shep is having a heck of a time fixing a tire.
I shoot myself. I instantly commit suicide.
No, I teleport there and stop it.
Jeremy's big thing is stopping suicide. Hart, you are reading some of the pages from back home, and I guess Gino's restaurant is closing down. Mac, you hear the weather report.
I must have drunk a lot.
Mac, you hear the morning weather report that breaks through Talking Heads. Oh God! No! How did I lose this?
Zoom-type.
Oh God! What's the name of the song?
Sorry.
Once in a lifetime. Yes, thank you. So Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads is playing on the radio, and it's broken up by a weather report saying that it's going to be a high of. I should have wrote down the temperatures.
Same thing. I'm going to say, I'll say to myself, that's just like it was yesterday. What are the odds?
Fuck up, brother.
Tatters, your day begins with a blueberry muffin being dropped on your desk by Morgan, and a glass or a mug of coffee, or cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. And Morgan's really sad about Dr. Livingstrom's funeral on Saturday. Note for note, the exact same small talk that she had. What do you guys do?
You know what? Knowing Jeremy is Jeremy, and having gone to him with stuff before, I'm just gonna go ahead and just shoot him a text.
Okay. What do you text Jeremy?
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and text him time loop ? I
love that.
Smiley winky face. I don't know how emojis work. Some random emojis that old people would put in there.
LOL.
Maybe an eggplant because I don't know what it means.
You just know that eggplants get emoji out.
Yeah, you're supposed to do winky faces and sploosh and eggplants.
Oh God.
My God.
But yeah, I mean it totally benignly.
Okay, so Jeremy, do you want to say out loud for the listening folks at home what you text
I love
back?
that.
LOL, you know it, man. So I'll, Miss Fletcher, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
this is going to sound like an odd question, but you didn't happen to go to a different recital yesterday, did you?
Oh no! Yesterday I had to go to the chiropractor.
Oh, sure. Right. How could I forget? I'm so sorry.
Oh
Yes,
no,
yes.
no, it's all right. Believe me, young man, I get my days mixed up all the time.
Right. Yeah. I know. Every Thursday's like that, isn't it?
Oh, it's well, I think it's Wednesday today, isn't it?
Oh, is it really? Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it turns out you're right.
You know what?
Of course.
And she goes, you know what? Let me get that. She goes to the calendar on the fridge. She's like, "Yep, October 14th. It's a Wednesday."
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Well, I appreciate that. This is a delicious breakfast. It's one of my favorites. I would eat this every day.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and finish the breakfast like nothing is wrong, and after breakfast, I will go and seek out Mac. Mac always knows all the reasons for things happening.
Okay. You catching up with me at the diner? Because you know my routine pretty much at this point, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, man. I have a seat.
Yeah. So, are we gonna make a habit of this?
What do you mean?
Check what date it is.
I come here pretty much every day.
Sure. Check what day it is.
Looks like the 14th.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
And what day was it
Where'd the
yesterday?
time go? I don't know. I guess it must have been the 13th. I don't pay real close attention. I'm gonna level with you.
Okay. Well, tomorrow I want you to take note of
I
what
want to
day.
emphasize that Mac has Mac has not realized that anything is weird at this point because he starts his mornings really exactly the same.
It's dawning on Jeremy just how out of touch you are. So he literally says, I get it. Why don't you wait until tomorrow? Write down in your notebook that today is the 14th. When we meet I'll see you tomorrow.
That's flawed.
Okay. Why? Is something going on?
Yeah, I think it's the same day as it was yesterday.
Huh.
There's going to be a big storm, right?
That's what the weather just said again.
And
I
was
guess
there
there
a
could be
big
another
storm
storm
yesterday?
Yeah, I mean I guess it's the season.
Okay. You don't think it's odd, Mac? I am talking to Mac, right?
Yeah.
You don't think it's odd that the exact same storm is going to hit us in the exact same way and at the exact same time? You don't find that out unusual?
Well, I guess that'd be a little weird.
Okay, Jeremy gets up and leaves.
Okay. No, I'll go with you, man. I mean, if you think something's going on, and can I throw in one of my holds now? It's starting to sink into me that if Jeremy says something weird is going on.
Yeah. Ask a question.
Let's see. How does this I guess this one's the broadest one at this point. How does this mystery connect to the bigger picture?
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And you could keep it vague. I know that's a pretty big question with not much data yet.
This mystery is actually, I would say, sort of tangentially connected to the big picture. But it is pressing.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that was helpful or not.
No, that's good. I'll be like, okay, all right, Jeremy, you talked me into it. Something weird's going on here. What do you think we should do?
Well, I was hoping that you'd have some insight. But if you don't, the next best person might be Joan, because she at least has some connection to like weather service and stuff, and maybe she could tell us anything about how unusual the storm might be. That might be noticeable. It was quite a cracker. I heard several people describe it as a humdinger.
I guess we gotta talk to her.
As
hold on. Let me stop
that,
Let me stop at my place and wash my face first and stop.
as you say that, everybody's phone dings and you get a group text from me that says
Eggplant
gravy
smiley
ladle
face
post
LOL.
haste.
Oh God!
Smiley face, fork and knife.
Gravy ladle. Post it.
Menorah?
I guess my sister wants us to meet here to celebrate Hanukkah early. So I guess we should just hang out, man.
All right.
Sounds fine. I can wait.
Let's just let's fast track to everyone has arrived at the gravy ladle. If that's okay with everyone.
Actually, I would like to fly to the gravy ladle.
Okay.
And I would like to know if I see anything unusual on the ground or in the surrounding area as a result of the previous day's storm.
Oh no, not at all. In fact, you are surprised that you didn't notice how little the storm seems to affect Towson as a town. Like it was a humdinger. Trees would have been down. There should be branches and shit all over the place, but just nope. It looks like October 14th in Towson, Ohio.
Proposed subtitle for the mystery. It was a humdinger of a day again.
I like that.
I like it.
Okay.
Especially with so this one's going to be called same as it ever was. It was a humdinger of a day again.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of same as it ever was. This is not my beautiful Taos.
Extra points for the lovely pun.
Okay. But no.
This is not my beautiful Taos.
That's pretty good. Props given. Full props.
Thank you.
One internet is awarded to you.
Thank you.
You have gathered like the last time at the gravy ladle. What do you guys say? What do you do?
I've ordered a huge stack of pancakes because carbs don't matter.
I love this. So Joan's kind of leaning into the Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like, if I get a few days to do over, I'm just going with it. So yeah, I'm going to point out that something strange is afoot, and Jeremy seems to agree.
For sure. Yeah.
I talked into it for sure.
Yeah, my host is leaving town for the same reason she left town yesterday, but claims to have not left town yesterday. In fact, asserts that today is the same day as I thought it was yesterday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
I'm just going to nod along to all of that.
I'm pretty sure my internet history has not refreshed or anything, because I looked stuff up this morning and there was the same article I read yesterday is on the same website as the headline again. So I don't know what's up with that.
So one interesting thing
you have to wipe your cookies.
And I think just to add clues to the pile here, you all have cell phones apparently, so you see that your cell phone is reporting that it is October 14th.
Yeah.
Right.
So, just in case there's any holdouts.
So
I wonder if it's October 14th everywhere, or just in Towson.
Well,
the Groundhog Day question, isn't it?
Miss Fletcher is leaving to go all the way to Columbus, so I would assume at least as far as Columbus.
My website was the New York Times. So
So one interesting thing that I think we should all take note of right now is the five of us know this. Why?
Point.
I guess because we're special or something.
Well, I mean, we know you are, Mac.
Well,
I look up like I'm gonna say something, and then I just dig back into my pancakes.
None of us are local.
Joan, I'm going to note that when your pancakes came, not only did they come with a bottle of syrup, but they also came with like a little gravy boat, and you're not sure if you're supposed to put the gravy on the pancakes.
It's of gravy, a little gravy boat full of gravy.
Yeah, there's just
Okay.
just everything on the menu comes with gravy.
Are you going to use that gravy, sis?
Do you want me to order you some biscuits to go under the gravy?
No, it'll also come with gravy.
I got a spoon.
I mean, but would you like me to get you breakfast?
No, I already ate.
Okay.
Just use a little dessert.
Yes, you can have the gravy.
Okay, I still have my spoon, so.
I'm just gonna say, God damn it, under my breath, and go back to my pancakes.
Why is the gravy in this place so bad, too?
Oh, it's not bad, man. You want some of mine?
No.
All right, so has anybody happening again and again? Like, is this kind of weird spell or a creature that would do this that anybody knows about?
I could consult my little spell book and see if there's anything about time loops.
Take a look.
Do I have to roll anything?
Let's call this. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to pull out my moves here because this feels like either
investigate a mystery.
I think I kind of want you to roll sharp, definitely. So roll sharp, and then I'll figure out if it's read a bad. Yeah,
What?
Fuck it, just roll sharp, roll plus sharp, and I'll come up with something.
Hang on, I gotta remember what my sharp is.
It's plus 7.
Wait, you're consulting the grimoire, right?
That's weird.
Yeah. So give me. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. I'm rolling sharp, and my sharp is plus 2, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not terrible.
Okay. Yeah, that's an average roll. I'm not going to assign a particular move to this just because it's kind of. And I think actually, now that I'm thinking back, we had consult the grimoire be a weird move.
Yeah.
But we'll do that. We'll just take this result and run with it. Time loops is bad. That's about all that you can come up with here. They are extremely rare, and whenever they happen, they seem to resolve. But there's not, it's hard to record anything about a time loop because usually, it kind of collapses in on itself. And the grimoire, the bit of information that you're able to pull from the grimoire, which kind of weirdly acts as like a Wikipedia of arcane knowledge. So stuff kind of changes before your eyes sometimes. And there's always some kind of correcting force, but whatever that is has not been identified, at least to whatever is updating the grimoire.
Okay.
All right.
So
I have a question.
It's in your best. You're able to gather. I'm sorry. I talk a lot, but then I realized that I wasn't succinct. It's in your best interest to figure out the cause and to stop it before bad things happen.
Okay.
I have a question for Jeremy.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I have a question for Jeremy.
Yeah.
Were you able to discern anything from Professor Livingstrom's journal?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I do know that. Remember that guy that we attacked and saved down in the sewers, Tatters? That group he was a part of? Well, they have taken a rather sudden, or at least recent, interest in Towson, where they hadn't shown any before. We don't know what that means exactly.
And did Professor Livingstrom's journal give any indication what they may have found interesting?
Not specifically, no. However, it could be that so the indigenous peoples that lived here before the European colonization, those that lived right strictly here in Towson had some unusual artifacts that didn't really match the time or the culture. So if it were me, I might want to go and I have two things. I have two suggestions for investigations. One, we seek out some of these artifacts and see what they can tell us. Two, we follow the track of the storm and see what it does and where it goes.
Yeah,
I'd like to take a look at
gotta be something.
I'd like to take a look at these artifacts.
That's my interest too, to start with.
Does anybody know where that lightning strike was / will be?
Well, that was why I was thinking we could track it.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't pay attention to it really yesterday. Sounds like we're going to have almost as much time as we like.
Well,
why don't we start with the artifact investigation?
Well, I mean, could we send some of us to do the artifact investigation and some of us to storm track, or I don't know if we need. I guess you're right.
I would kind of like to go talk to my hippie friend at the hippie shop, the head shop. What is it?
Shopping
McShop.
Hetty McShop face.
Hetty McShop face.
Oh
Hetty
my god, I
McShop
can't believe we're
face.
keeping that.
Why
Yeah.
can't we keep Hetty McShop face?
Oh, please.
We are.
Hetty McShop face.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'm in
with
charge
like
of
the
this
Sal
universe,
Glenn.
and that shop is named Hetty McShop.
Yeah.
Okay, let's. So it sounds like we've got a couple different directions. Is there anything that it sounds like Tatters and Jeremy are interested in taking a look at some of the artifacts that Livingstrom collected for the indigenous people of the area, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
I would
I
go
assume that-
along on that because it kind of ties into my curiosity about him anyway.
I assume they're at the college, yeah.
No,
Yes.
I really think we should just stick together. We never know what one of us might see.
Yeah, so rather than
okay.
setting that up as everyone kind of splitting off into different directions, let's but also Hart wants to check in on Glenn, right?
We have time for that.
We could do that later. That's I'm in for the artifacts. Maybe there's one that I could show Glenn because he seems to know about that stuff.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Let's say that you guys pay for your meal and you head over to back over to the history department for Towson University.
Jeremy tips extravagantly.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, so let's say, and let me ask more as a kind of a little meta here. Are you doing that just to kind of see if you get that money back when you wake up in the morning, or?
That is exactly why I'm doing it.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Just noting that so that I know to specifically reference that later. You go to the history department at Towson University. It's right above the library, and Tatters leads the rest of the group to Livingstrom's office, which Tatters has full reign to go into now. And the artifacts in question are pretty much hung up along the wall on like shelves, and he's got a couple of arrowheads, some pottery. And to the layman, it just kind of looks like, manufactured objects from people indigenous to the Americas in this area. But upon closer inspection, there are certain inconsistencies. Like the way that the arrowheads were carved seems to have been they're a little too perfect. The pottery has some really strange geodesic kind of not geodesic like strange circle patterns are actually etched into the interior of the urns. Which if I'm thinking about how urns are made, that's kind of not super possible.
This is aliens.
Or something.
It's never aliens.
It's definitely weird. It's usual.
So I'm going to try to take some pictures with my phone and do a reverse image search in my government database.
Yeah.
And see if anything pops.
And he gives no indication of where they found these artifacts.
Livingstrom has notes on a couple of different dig sites around the area. If you'd like, what I can do
So is there like are there caves around here?
Oh yeah, there are caves. Let me give you some caves here.
I've got a cave for you.
I've got a cave for you right here.
What are we talking about?
Oh, Joan, everyone knows about your cave.
Oh Jesus!
Your haunted cave. All right.
So
I cry a single tear.
I'm going to give you 5 locations.
Whoa.
We've got.
I cry one more single tear.
I'm going to actually write these out as we go so that we're all on the same page. So we've got Pennahill Sanctuary.
Pennahill? Oh, okay. You're writing it right there. Okay.
Love this. We've got Gret Grow Grotto.
Are these on notes that we're all seeing, or is just Colm seeing this? Tatter seeing this?
I'm a big believer. If I pretty much assume that everyone is sharing information.
Okay, sounds good.
Related to the
why wouldn't we share these?
Yeah, unless somebody says different. Yeah.
You know what? No, not the Scorching Caves. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's go with Magram Cave instead. How do I? Oh, yeah, I can do that too. Cool. I can just.
I'm not going to go to Magram Cave.
Okay, so those are the 5 sites where Livingstrom found these artifacts.
Is there a map of these here?
I think, yeah. In fact, actually, Livingstrom has a great big printed out map of kind of it's an elevation map of the area, and he's got different he's got like little push pins that have like the names of the of these cave systems.
So I got a question: are any of them in the ballpark where that lightning strike was last tonight?
Yeah. I think that you don't know where the lightning struck. You just know that he was somewhere.
So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on the storm tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that map is something else I would download into the algorithm and computer words and see if something pops.
Yeah, nothing specific pops up here.
So nothing pops on that, and nothing pops on the pottery.
No, yeah.
Okay.
And I apologize. I forgot that you'd asked about that. You're not able to find any matches. You do know a guy in. So the Forestry Service employs a small team of archaeologists. Very small team. It's like 1 or 2 people. Is that Logan Paul? Who is that?
Is it? I don't know. I'll delete that then.
Nah.
I don't know who he is. I don't even know who Logan Paul is. I don't know. I know who he is. I don't know what he looks like. Anyway, move on.
He's a pooper.
I'm 4,000 years old. I don't watch television. Okay.
Yeah, let's.
Logan Paul's not on television.
Not on television. Yeah.
See, he's on the YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player.
Okay.
No. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh. So Isabel Bray.
What?
Isabel Bray is a member of the Forestry Service. Specifically, she's an archaeologist. And you know her well enough that you think that you might be able to get her take on this, but it'll probably take a little bit of time.
I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and shoot her a text with the pictures.
Okay.
I won't say it's in regards to a time loop or anything. I'll just say, hey, working on a case.
Okay. Yep.
And I'll tell her that I'm in Ohio or something.
Okay. Okay. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, is there like a high place at the university where we could watch this storm and try to see where it comes through? And like, is there a tower or?
Yeah, let's go up to the tower in the lightning. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go up in the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in a lightning storm.
Yeah,
well,
we feel pretty confident that the lightning's not going to strike it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if it does, whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
can Joan triangulate all of this with the cave map on her Twitter computer?
Well, I was wondering if maybe we just don't scope out a couple different high places and get a read on things.
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a makeout place that the youths go to?
Oh, like you
it's a
don't
college
know.
town. The entire
I don't. How would I know?
Yeah, Joan and Hart could head over there.
This is a ghost-filled
Hart
cave.
would be
Remember?
delighted.
Joan and Hart could go check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want, we could take my super badass looking car.
With the monster cage.
Yep, with the monster cage. We've got that.
So it sounded like we were looking for options of high elevation buildings in the Towson, Ohio area, correct?
Yes.
Or
Okay,
landmarks, some of the
Or someplace we can park. It doesn't need to be a building. It can be a bluff.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm saying nothing. Just Joan wants it real bad. Just somewhere where Joan can go with Hart.
Yeah. So do you guys?
Vice versa.
Yeah. So there's the science building on Towson University's campus inexplicitly has a very tall, almost medieval looking tower, like almost like a castle tower.
Yeah, it can't be that. Something else.
Perfect.
Okay.
There is a bluff nearby that you think that you might be able to get. Wow,
I am not going to believe that bluff.
Yeah, I can't believe that FantasyNameGenerators.com doesn't have bluff names.
Bluff names?
We've got. You know what? Cliff and Fjord names is going to be close enough, right?
Go with Blind Man's Bluff.
A bluff is just kind of an upright fjord, if you think about it.
Upright Fjord Bluff.
Yeah, let's go with
Fjord Bluff.
The upright bluff.
That's what I should have named my kid.
I'll go stake out
Fjord Bluff.
I'll go stake out the bluff.
Yeah. Okay, so the Bellhaven bluffs kind of overlook town in a really nice way.
Well, do you wanna fly up there and Jeremy can poof up there with you since you guys can get there easy?
I'm going wherever Mac is going.
Okay.
Oh, he's going where Mac's going. No, I'm fine. I'll just go to Bellhaven Bluffs by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, can you let us into the tower though with your college connections?
Sure.
I don't want to have to break in.
You don't need to break in. I can go and unlock the tower.
Great, thanks.
Can't you just lend me your keys? Do you have Livingstrom's keys?
Yeah, he
Of course.
does.
Can I have
I'm the
Livingstrom's
acting head of
keys?
the history department.
So you can just give us a spare set of keys.
Sure. Okay.
Awesome.
I'll give you my keys. I'm keeping Livingstrom.
Okay.
I will note that Livingstrom and Tatters, I don't believe that you would have keys for the science building since it's a separate department.
Okay, well maybe I should check out that tower then. Seeing as I can just walk through the wall.
Okay.
Before we leave Livingstrom's office, is there anything I can easily pick up and take with me of interest?
What kind of thing are you looking to
steal
from this
I don't
man's
know.
office?
We were looking at artifacts.
Yes.
And unfortunately, my sound cut out a little bit. So I wanted to see if there was anything pertinent that I could show to my friend Glenn.
Okay, yeah. That's tough for me to say because we've got some pottery, we've got some arrowheads, we've got some other just manufactured objects. Let's say that the perfectly etched arrowhead kind of catches Hart's eye a little more than the others.
Okay, I'll I'll pocket that and tell everybody what I'm doing, so they don't think I'm just some loser who's stealing stuff. Despite my status as the crooked.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's still pretty early in the day, and the lightning storm's going to be pretty late at night. So let's run talking with Glenn real quick, and then we'll get into watching the lightning storm happen. It sounds like we were maybe splitting up for that, or were we all meeting on the Bellhaven Bluffs?
Yeah.
Well,
we're splitting up.
Okay.
we're splitting up. I was gonna let these guys into the science building so they could go up the tower, and then I was gonna go over to Bellhaven Bluffs.
Okay.
And was there one other location? Was there a water tower or something?
Yeah, I think there would be a water tower. That seems right. Right?
So
I'll go up in the water
should go
tower
there.
in a thunderstorm, whatever.
Yeah.
So, Hart, you go to Hetty McShopface. Does anyone come along with Hart to talk with Glenn?
I got a connection with Glenn. You don't have to come with me if you don't want to, but you can.
I'll go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go do some septic field digging while I wait to go meet up and watch the tower or watch the storm.
Yeah, and
You're just gonna have to dig it again tomorrow.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of the thing of it, right?
Damn it!
Is he still not? Are you on board with what's going on yet, or do you still?
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
no,
just
I
a different day.
I was convinced. Yeah,
Okay.
my connect the dots roll put me over the edge there. Yeah.
God, I would love it so much if I kind of boofed it and you ended up all the way out there to realize that you had to dig the exact same fucking hole that you digged yesterday.
Yeah. Damn it.
Oh man, what an opportunity. Oh well. So Joan, Hart, and Mac go to Hetty McShopface, correct?
Joan
Yes.
just wants to go to a shop called Hetty McShopface. Let's go.
No, I have a reason for wanting to go there.
Okay.
So the three of you walk in, and as soon as the door has a little bell on it that dings, and like an actual like silver bell that like gets hit by the door. And Glenn comes from the back. He says, "Oh hey, what's up, man? It's good to see you again. What can I do for you?"
And
these guys your friends?
Yeah, these are my friends, Glenn. I told them how helpful you were with the mummy last time. They know about all that.
Okay, all right,
They're cool.
yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, so I'm Glenn Moondog. What's your guys' names?
I'm
Joe
Mac.
McLean, and I shake his hand.
All right, nice to meet you, Joan.
I just get
Mac?
kind of a wave.
Cool.
Mac.
All right. Hey, Mac.
Yeah. And I already told him mine.
Trying too hard.
Oh, sorry, Jenny. I'm going to turn up your volume just a little bit. Having a little bit.
Sorry, it's kind of been up and down lately, so I don't know what's up with that.
That's okay. I figured out that I can make individual people louder on this, so that's pretty neat.
Oh, marvelous. Okay, so Glenn, I got something I wanted to show you that seemed a little interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just wanted to see what your take on it was. I'm not going to bring up the time loop thing yet.
Yeah, that's gonna really
that'll come later.
Freak his bean.
Yeah. So I show him the arrowhead, and I don't give him any theories. I want to hear what Glenn has to say about it.
Glenn kind of stares at the arrowhead for a little bit, and he's like, yeah. So it's like a arrowhead. Is it like a? What is it? Well, what can you? I don't know. It looks like an arrowhead to me.
Well, what's interesting about it? It's got the pattern or something on it, or I think it's very
it's so Hart, you point out that like the edges are perfect and like it's got kind of a I think the arrowhead would have a little bit of a weird design on, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Did you get it from like a shop or something, or?
Oh, it's part of a kind of a museum artifact.
Whoa! Wow! Really? From where? Oh, from around here, isn't it?
Collector.
Yeah.
Collector.
Oh, I meant like the arrowhead. Like.
Oh yeah, I think it's from around here.
Yeah, I should have guessed, man. Like, this place just kind of poops out weird shit all the time. Yeah, that's That's wild.
Delightful.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that. Like, I mean, I myself, I moved here, because I was following the waves of the universe, just kind of pushed me on these particular shores,
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be too terrible. Well, yeah, and this is just, I've never seen anything like this, man. Like, I wonder if it's so. He actually he kind of takes a step back and he's like, hold on a second, and he puts the arrowhead on the counter and he goes back and he gets like a bit of some plywood that he just kind of has like a small chunk of plywood. He sets it up. He's got the arrowhead and he tries to throw the arrowhead at the plywood. He tries this once before it just doesn't, it just kind of bounces off, it doesn't do anything. He's like, well, okay, that was my idea, man. I don't yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Oh, dude, let me try.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to throw the arrow. Was he trying to make it stay like a throwing knife? Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Roll plus tough.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Hey, if this is going to be useless, why'd you let me do it?
I don't know. Fun.
Throw.
Learning things about Glenn. Learning things about each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solved everything.
Yeah. So the arrowhead, it does. Yeah, it does stick into the plywood, but not point on. It's one of the sides hits it, but yeah, and it's stuck. It's stuck in there pretty damn good. Way better than what it should be.
Cool.
Mac, I think that you try to retrieve it and you have a dickens of a time even getting it out, and Glenn has to come over and hold the plywood block while you're pulling, and eventually the two of you are able to pull it back, and Glenn goes flying back behind and he goes through the curtain. And he's like, wow, that was nuts.
That was a pretty good arrowhead, man.
That was a pretty good arrowhead.
Yeah.
And I am rolling my eyes at all of this.
Should we try it again?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe this is a dead end.
Yeah, you get the same result. It's surprisingly good at staying in things, way better than it should.
Okay. Well, thought we'd check it out. Guess it's an arrowhead that sticks in things really well.
Yeah. Are there any spots, Glenn, that people go digging for arrowheads, or local, I don't know, sites where you see weird stuff like this?
Oh yeah. Some of the caves around here are kind of crazy. You see, you got Middle Hazy. That's just it's just down county route 2 or A or something, 2A down over there. I don't even think that's not how county routes are labeled in Ohio, but fuck it, it's Towson.
Yeah.
Towson County, Ohio, they are.
Yeah, Pennahill. You can usually find some good stuff there, from what I heard. In Gretgrow. Gretgrow's tough because parts of it are underwater and stuff, so not a whole lot of people go there. But yeah, those are kind of the big 3, I think.
Hey, weird question for you, man. Today's August 14th, right?
Oh, it's October.
October 14th, right?
Yeah, Wednesday. It's all day, man.
Yeah, was it that yesterday too for you?
What?
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Man.
Forget I said anything.
Oh, what do you mean by that, man?
Oh,
Dave's not here, man.
We'll get back to you on that.
All
it's
right.
just a weird thing.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, you guys aren't trapped in a Groundhog's Day thing, are you?
Well, maybe.
No, that's nuts.
This guy's cool, right? He knew about the mummy, so.
Yeah.
Whoa! What? How many? Is this your first go around, or have you been doing it for 800 years?
I think it's just our second day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about tatters though.
Wow! That's well. I hope you
Hey,
how did Bill Murray get out of that one? He he like realized he was an asshole or something. But
Yeah.
you guys don't seem like assholes.
Thanks, man. Hey, can I like leave a note on your bulletin board there and just see if I see it if we come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here. He hands you a piece of chalk, but he keeps a piece of chalk and he just writes note, Bill Murray, and he underlines it.
Okay. And I'll just write like, hey man.
And Joan, you got anything you want to?
Oh, I was just gonna buy a handful of cigars and a lighter.
Yeah.
Nice.
What kind of?
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So is this like a shop that has a little walk-in humidor type room, or is it just like?
I think it's a humidor cabinet. It's like a glass cabinet that like.
So you know what the fuck? We're in a time loop. I'll get some of the more expensive shit. It's still just a head shop. It's nothing super fancy.
Yeah, and Glenn's like kind of noticing this. And he's like, "Hey man, you're not gonna like rob me or anything, right? Like, because like, what if you guys fix the time loop and like, you guys, it's like October 15th, and you guys rob me? Like,
yeah, we're good for it, man.
Me.
I hand him my credit card.
Yeah. All right, cool. So he runs it, and he's like, "Well, I hope you understand, but I hope you guys fix this so that I can make that sale."
Okay.
Because like I don't remember it being October 14th yesterday. So wait, if this isn't the time that goes through, then that means that I don't exist. Because
don't think too hard about this.
And I'm just gonna say, touche, salesman, and walk out.
Yeah. Wow.
Let him ponder.
Yeah, I think like as you guys leave, like he kind of like has a faraway look in his eyes, and he's like, "I think I'm gonna close up shop for the day."
All right. Well, I'll shake his hand and say, and we'll let you know how it turns out, Glenn.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we just unnecessarily freaked out Glenn, guys.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
So, we're at 9:00. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to narrate a bit of business, and then I think I need to call it for tonight.
Narrate the business.
There too.
All right.
That's okay with everybody?
That sounds great.
Okay, great.
Well, if it isn't, what are we going to do about it? You run the game.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll
if I leave
playing without you.
Yeah, you guys can just stay in character and talk to each other, I guess.
I mean, if we stay here after you, we win, right? That's
right.
Yeah, you do win that session. So, you guys, who was going to Bellhaven Bluff and who was going to the Science Tower?
I'm going to go to Bellhaven.
I was going to Bellhaven.
I'm going to Mac. Going wherever Mac is going. I think he's going to the tower.
We're Team Tower, yeah. I don't want to climb up on an outside bluff in the middle of a storm.
Oh, there's like a car path up there.
Yeah, still. If I could be inside a building, I'm all for it.
I'm not too worried about being struck by lightning.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just ride it like I have done for 4,000 years.
Riding the lightning. I love it.
Okay, so storm watchers up on Bellhaven Bluff are as follows. I think I heard. Actually, I asked in a terrible way. I just said, "Who's doing this?" and a bunch of people started talking. Who's going up to Bellhaven?
Tatters.
Heart.
And I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay, so Tatters and Heart. You guys brought some rain protection for yourselves as you got up there. But yeah, this storm, you didn't get too good of a look at it last night. And I guess this goes for the Science Tower folks as well. You're able to get up to the top of the tower with no problem. The top of the tower is kind of a strange room. It's a medieval style tower, so it's all stonework, and it looks like it's just been kind of it's used as like a kind of an observatory for the astronomy club, I think. And the astronomy club is not meeting tonight because of the massive thunderstorm. But the thing that rolls in is a absolute monster of a storm. You were able to see into the town itself that the wind whipping through kind of tears down some some shop signs. Hetty McShopface actually gets a window broken from your vantage point up in the tower. You can see that happen. And you can kind of watch as Glenn like kind of hurriedly like kind of tries to board up the window a little bit. But you do catch sight of 2 strikes that Joan is able to kind of narrow down to hitting both Middle Hazy Cave and Gretgro Grotto. And the Bellhaven Bluff gang is able. But damn, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 lately, and that is some great alliteration.
Yeah.
You also see the lightning strike for Gretgro Grotto, but you also see lightning hit Pennahill Sanctuary.
Huh.
And I think you guys tentatively go to end the day, just as part of my hand waving move here, and you wake up the next morning, and it is definitely October 14th. Joan, the text that you sent to Isabel there's no record of them on your phone. You don't have those cigars. Jeremy, you have that money that you tipped earlier, and everything is pretty much reset, with the exception of the fact that you guys remember everything of the second October 14th.
Do I have? So I lost the pictures I took too.
You lost the pictures that you took as well. Yep.
Okay.
What were the 3 places struck? Pennahill,
Pennahill Sanctuary, Gretgro, and Middle Hazy.
Middle Hazy. Thank you.
And we have to go back and get the map again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
No.
Matters has easy access.
Oh, we got some swimming to do.